So it does feel like the market's going to set on fire, it's over, and it's all going to turn into dust. Now, as much as my thumbnail is a little bit on the clickbait side, I don't think that's the case, but I do think worse is to come. We need to get rid of these bad actors from the space. We need to get rid of these financially liable companies that are illiquid and, let's be honest with you, mismanaged and caught us all off guard. I've never been a fan of FTX, never been a fan of Sam. But did I think this was going to happen? Did I? Hell, no. So, if you're new around here, I'm going to give you some realism about the market. And on the screen, you can see Bitcoin here. I know I've not zoomed in much. I will now, though. Because I think it's important to note a few things, right? That level here, this 18,500 level, is critical, right? One, we need to get above it. One factor is we've also got to get above this factor as well, of around 17k. Seem to be struggling right now. That is a level that Bitcoin has to capture to feel a little bit better. Now, there's a lot of other influences outside of this narrative of price action. Bankruptcies, not good. Money that's been lost, not good. Miners may well be selling off soon with the all-time high of the hash rate and also the difficulty adjustment. So it's more expensive and more cost negative essentially to mine Bitcoin. So they may slow down a bit. It's also Christmas time coming. Market makers may well put their feet up. They're probably knackered right now. Also, you got to think how many are going to be found out in the next coming months. Blockchains don't lie, funny enough. Right, so price action. Personal opinion, said it just then. This whole region is crucial. But I want to go to a tweet regarding what I said before. It's here. Do you believe, let me know in the comments, that we have a genuine valuation of this space at 807 billion? I don't, personally. I think it's all wishy-washy. I've always said this. Now, I did a video a long time ago mentioning this level here and this level here as a place where I will be putting a lot of my capital in. If my maths is correct and if the percentages are right, my dollar cost averaging orders, which are on Binance right now, I know, are going to trigger around those sort of points. I've been slowly increasing my exposure in the market the lower we go. I know some people get snapshots of my content, they go, oh, you're always bearish, but I've gone from 82% down to around 44% stables in the last 6 months, right? Which is quite nice. Most of that has been in the last 2 months, pretty much, as we've been level pegging around that level, and when we've had some nice little drops, little pumps here and there, and I believe the next leg down will give me the rest of them, which is good, right? Now, we are looking at downtrend structure on the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame takes a long time to play out, so do not get in the comments whinging about it. I believe we are going to go down here if the next leg is going to happen. That's just my personal thoughts. In terms of in line with the rest of the market, it is pretty much in confluence with some levels in the past where we've actually turned around as well, very, very briefly. Bear with me, I'll show you that. You can see it just about where we've pulled back into this nice little bullish candle, bang, kaboom, right? So with the fundamentals of that, the question always remains insolvency and liquidity. Have we got enough liquidity to be around this point? Now, what we're going to start to find, in my opinion, is we're going to start noticing a lot of things changing, i.e. exchanges may do something a little bit silly, i.e. looking for money, maybe looking to offer new services and new products. So you've got to be careful, right? Do not get caught out in the hype. Anyways, if we're looking at this, we are in a downtrend. We've created a new low. I think we are going to retest a certain level. I know this is a total market cap, but this is just the entire market spectrum looking at the entire index of it, right? We will probably bounce, and we're already seeing that on Bitcoin. We've had a little bit of a run up. This is where I think that 18,000 level will be critical. If it captures it, cool. If not, we're probably going to continue now. If we're going to do a fib within a fib, which I know is going to start confusing people, if we're going to go from this swing high here to this swing low, right, let me remove the other one. This is kind of what we've got, right? So this was the previous level. So just kind of go back a bit from this level here, right, into this impulse, into the 382, and then we melted. And now this level here is currently the critical level of support, with essentially 18,100 is a big main level to kind of get above. but also we're stuck around here as well. Now, let's just change that a little bit more. What about this leg entirely? This little move, this impulse, down to this potential bottom here. If we are going to pull up towards this 17,800 or even 18,000, the next legs could be around 14k and 11k. Huge confluences with a potential leg down around this point. Now, I know it's bearish, but we've got to plan for these. If they are going to happen, I'd rather you know about it just in case. Now, there's also another caveat to all this. What about the bullish scenario? What about if we're just getting footed out of our bags? Now, this is why I never sell my entire bags. I always keep something in the market. I always keep stables for the worst case scenarios, and I keep money in and I buy those key levels, and if we pop, guess what? I take profit, right? It's quite simple. It's a very, very interesting dynamic. It's quite awkward for some people to understand this, but even if you've got, say, whatever percentage in a bag, and if you're staking it, stake some of it, keep some hot, just in case things go a bit wrong, i.e. we may go up or we may go down, right? See the point? Have stables for one side, have the underlying asset for the other, but don't be all in one, all out the other, because you will get into a mess. Now, that is just Bitcoin alone. What about the likes of Ethereum? Now, for me, still similar sort of pattern. From this, the merge, we've been in a bit of a downtrend, and we created another new low here. This is a level of resistance, in my opinion, and I think we will maybe look at a rejection at this point. If obviously things do go bearish, we will probably continue and retest and go towards that 3-figure. As I say, that is a bearish scenario, but it's all about the news right now. Emotions move the market. All what's happened, in my opinion, is it speeded it up. I always believe key levels will get hit due to emotion. Enough people will quit this market. Do not quit. Simple rule. Rule number 1, do not quit. Don't buy high, don't quit. And it's definitely one thing as well, don't sell at these bottoms. People will get shaken out of position, right? Now, if we do bounce, cool. Bit of hopium. Still a bear market, right? Still got the activity of a bear market where these bear market rallies will take your head off. I always say this. We've had 1, 2, 3 runs to the upside, and we've rejected every single time. We are still in that pattern, right? In my opinion, I think Ethereum will probably go lower based off the news. There's a lot of Ethereum that's lost. There's a lot of Bitcoin that is lost. There's a lot of USD, which is on the Ethereum chain, which is now lost, funny enough. So we've got to look at that. The big reserves of these big companies that are going bankrupt and these venture capital firms, and then you've got the other exchanges caught in the friendly fire and the crossfire of lending, as well as projects that are going to be getting dumped on by VCs because they're panicking, especially ones that have been involved in, was it Alameda Research, whatever it's called, like some Near Protocol, good ecosystem, but they had a decent percentage in it. It's going to happen. That's why things have fallen more. Same with Solana, etc. Right. Final thing before I go. The dollar. We are having a little bit of a relief on this in terms of the downside. This is mainly the FX market. I don't think it really correlates much with the crypto market. Some people believe that, but the reality is if you look back in the data, we were pumping as this was going up as well, which would indicate that. This is a massive factor for the FX market, but for me, cryptocurrency is in a world of its own. Why? Because we have literally had a horrible event, which makes sense. Bankruptcies of the second biggest exchange is going to create a bit of a wobble. Now, if we're looking at the entire structure of this, we are getting towards, in my opinion, a critical level to see where things are going to go. If we do melt, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Now, there's midterm election hype. There's also been good data around CPI. For the first time in a long time, good news. They've had some horrific earnings, some good earnings all across the board. However, good news is sometimes good news. If this is going to turn around and continue this downtrend, it probably will affect crypto, because crypto is not very liquid as it was once perceived, right? Because you've lost one exchange. If other exchanges are going to go down that same road, and other institutions that have been investing in crypto get cold feet, and also if this S&P goes lower and the stock market tends to tumble, the liquidity taken from crypto into that market will be interesting. If we have gaps in our ecosystem, we will drop further than you think, which is a worry. So that's all I'm going to say. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, let me know. leave a like, a comment and all that good stuff. Recommend this stuff. Check it out.